Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video we are going to learn about Worksheet using Office script. So at first you need to go into this Automate tab and then click on this new script. So in this video we are going to learn how to look through Worksheet and how to print out their names, or maybe we'll see some other way like how to add a worksheet, how to delete worksheet. So that's the three goals for this video. So let's Worksheet. So just rename this so you understand what we are doing in this particular file. So I'll just get rid of all of this boilerplate code, and now let's find out look through worksheets and print their names. So you can just do that using a for loop for current sheet of workbook.get worksheet. So you can see we have two methods, get worksheet and get worksheets. So this one is just using a sheet name. You can get that particular worksheet. Okay, so you can see it's a key as a string, so the name or ID of the worksheet gets a worksheet using object using its name or ID. If the worksheet does not exist, then this method returns undefined. Okay, so that's to find out one specific worksheet using their name or ID. If you want to get all the worksheet, then you need to use this one, and it will say that, and if you look at this, it says that it's written an array of worksheets, so represent a collection of worksheets associated with the workbook. This is how we can look through the worksheets, and now you can just print out their name. It's super easy, right? Current sheet dot name, get name, and let's run it. So you can see we have three worksheets: fx get data from atom, query 1, and sheet 1. As you can see in this section. So fx get data from atom, query 1, and sheet 1. So if you go into this documentation, then you'll see that Excel script.worksheet interface has all of those methods stated that you need. So you can see that we have activate. If you want to activate that particular worksheet, we have add group, lots of other method. Okay, so we have seen that how to get that name, right? So let me see that get name, right? So you can see the display name of the worksheet. Now if you want the ID, then you need to call this get ID method. So let me show you the example for that one as well. Get ID. If I just change this and run this, then you will see this is the ID for the first sheet, this is the ID for the second one, and this is the third one. So this is a grid, so most of the time you will not use this number, and it's really annoying number. So let me just print out this and let's see something. Get name, right? So that's the name, that's the ID. Let me run again. So this worksheet ID, actually let me just copy the whole part, as I'm going to experiment something here. Okay, so you can see, cannot expand this anymore. Okay, you can see this is the grid for this worksheet. Let me just change this name to something different, and let's see if the ID is changing or not. So if I run this again, now if I look at this, it says 90. So let me just copy this part and let me just do find. So you can see couldn't find any match. So maybe because we have in two line still no match. Extra space could be a reason, as you can see that it has extra spaces. Okay, yeah, so you can see this ID is not actually a garbage number, it's really useful. So if you want to do some automation based on like you want to give the user flexibility to change their tab name, then you can do this. In VBA we use code name, so this ID is just basically presentation of the code name. Okay, that's it, nothing else. So you can find out this code name and then you can use that. Okay, so this is how we can print out that worksheet name and worksheet ID. Now let's see how can we get a specific worksheet. Okay, so that's the first example, look through worksheet, right? I'll just comment out this, and this one is for fx get atom. Initially it has this name, right? Fx get atom. With that, the down section. Okay, now let's say if I want to find this worksheet, right? So how can we do this? You can just say workbook.get worksheet, as I have shown you. That's the singular one, and then you just need to specify that dot, let's say get position. So it will just print out the position of that particular worksheet. So let me run this. You can see it's a 0. It's a 0 base index. So let me just show you the details of that get position method. So if you just click on this, it says the 0 based index of the worksheet within the workbook. So basically this one is 0, this one is 1, this one is 2. Okay, so like let me show you that as well. Sheet 1, right? So that should be 2, and if you run this, then you can say it's a 2. Now we can use tab name as well as we can use this code name. So let me show you. This one was for this first worksheet, that is that position should be 0. So let me run this again. Position, so get worksheet key as a string, gets a worksheet object using its name or id, does not exist, then it will return an f error. Okay, that's interesting. So why it's returning an undefined? Let me run this again. 906b, I think I need to specify that third parent as well. Let's see, we run this again. So we need to specify that opening second parent, actually not third parent. This left braces and right brace, we need to specify this left brace and right brace, and we need to put that id in this way. So that's how we can find out a specific worksheet using tab name, that is this name, or id that's not visible. So that's how we can get that particular worksheet. Now let's say if I want to delete a specific worksheet, right? So I'll just show you that one. Let me show you how to add actually. So workbook, then add worksheet, and you can see it takes name as a string and it returns an Excel script.worksheet item, right? So I can just specify that. Okay, test, that should be the name of that, or say test sheet, then I can just use that. Okay, and then I can just print that test sheet dot get id. Let's see what I get for that one. Let's run this, and you can see it had this test sheet at the end, and then it's printing out that id for that one. Okay, that's the id. So this is how we can add a specific worksheet. Let's suppose if I run this again, what it does, it says that a workbook add worksheet, a resource with that same name or identifier already exists. So we already have a worksheet with this test keywords, test, tab name, right? So that's why it's throwing an error. So adds a new worksheet to the workbook. Worksheet will be added at the end of the existing worksheet. If you wish to activate the newly added worksheet, call dot activate on it. And optional, the name of the worksheet to be added. If you specify, the name should be unique. If not specified, Excel determine the name of that worksheet. So let's suppose I just get rid of this. I'll not specify that one. Now let's run this. You can see it's add sheet 2. If I run this again, sheet 3, right? So now let's suppose if I want to delete all of those sheet which has sheet 1 as their tab name, sheet keyword in their tab name. So how can I do this? Is just add a condition here that if this current sheet dot get name, actually I can say starts with instead of includes, then I want to delete that sheet and then continue. I don't want to print the details of that worksheet. Now if I run this, still I will see one worksheet with sheet 1, because we are adding another sheet at the end of this, right? So if I run this, you can see we have removed those sheet 1, sheet 2 and sheet 3, and we have sheet 4 because that has been added using this part. If I run this again, sheet 4 will be deleted and sheet 5 will be added. You can see that one. So that's how we can remove a worksheet. So we have seen how to add a worksheet. We have seen how to get their ID, how to get a worksheet using their tab name or ID. We have seen how to delete worksheet, and we have seen how to look through all the worksheet in a specific work. So that's it for this video. Let me know if you want to learn anything specific to this worksheet related, and I'll try to record a video on that topics. Have a good day.